Just want it to kind of throb through the water there, and you can feel it pulsing the whole time. Just slow roll it, flutter around up in shallow wood like this right here. Just around these shallow sticks, just bring it down the whole length of the log. Then when you get to the end, slow it down a little bit, bump it around, and that's normally bam when they hit it. Right up, hit the spinnerbait twice, and we've caught so many 13 to 15 inch fish I can't even count them that we haven't filmed. There's another one. Look at the tail on that fish.
Oh, that's nice. Isn't that big?
See that red tail? That fish is recently spawned. I'm actually getting blood on my hand when I touch it. Caught that.
Really nice.
Terminator Oklahoma spinnerbait. All right. Caught a mass of these big fish today. That's our third one that's over 4 pounds. This one would have been well over 5 if it hadn't
Yeah.
just spawned out. Let's let her go. Susquehanna Flats, launching out of Tidings Park there, right up the river in Havre de Grace. Over the last week, it's been really warm, extremely warm. Highs in the upper 80s with 100% humidity, and that's pretty warm for this time of year in May. But we've had vicious thunderstorms because of those high temperatures at night. For the first couple days after the thunderstorm, we were able to catch fish out on the main bay and up in the Susquehanna and in some of the more traditional spots. But after they finally opened the gates up at Conowingo, and that muddy water and all the trash that comes with it made its way down the bay, it's so muddy in most of your traditional spots that you're hard-pressed to catch fish. I'm sure you can if you buckle down, but it's not hot like it should be for early post-spawn. So what we decided to do was try to find some clear water. We didn't even cast a bait. We decided there's no point casting. We know some spots that are muddy where we can catch some fish. We just drove until we found clear water, and with a little bit of luck and a lot of looking, we found a spot that had much clearer water because it's loaded with the heaviest amount of grass that we've been able to find so far this early in the year. There's a lot of good wood. It's a good drop-off. It's a protected cove, creek, a bay back here. And these fish were using it to spawn. Actually, this was probably a pretty major spawning area that we weren't really fishing that hard. We had been back here a couple times, but it was other times of the year. The bay was clearer than it is right now, so there was really no need to come back in here in search of clear water.
Throwing a lot of different baits. The tide's a lot higher, and we were wondering if it affected them. Kurt said, you know, try throwing something different. I had already decided to throw the buzz bait. It didn't work, so I thought, well, let's pitch in a Senko, kind of work it like a jerk bait like we did at the Sassafras.
Look at the color of that Senko. That's very important. Chartreuse, which is something that a lot of guys don't throw, but it does work, I tell you. It's funny, guys tend to shy away from that chartreuse, but the first spinnerbait and buzzbait and crankbait color they throw is chartreuse. So I don't know what to tell you. We throw a lot of watermelons and browns as well, but sometimes that chartreuse, they like it. That fish a measure. That's good, 2 pounds, and it's 15 inches for sure. Let her go. Here we are. Susquehanna Flats, out of this wood. Hot fish right there. Oh, that's a 15-incher. That one away. That one to keep.
Nice.
Fatter, too.
Big and fat.
It's a size fish we really haven't been catching that many of. Like I said earlier, they're either have been 13 to 15 inches or they've been
4 to 5.5 pounds, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is that fish that
That's the medium-sized
we've
fish.
been really lacking, you know, that good quality 2.5 pound fish.
Yeah.
It's a good fish. Isn't that? Don't worry about the camera, it's too big.
Got it. It's already on.
I had another one back there that was even bigger than this. I think I talked about it on the camera. And the last one I just lost at the boat was 3 pounds. This one's a good 4 pounds. On the Terminator. Oh man, that just jumps my limit up. That belly would have been that big and that fish would have weighed
5.5. Yeah.
Now it's a 4 pound bass. All right, well, let's take do you want to take a still picture or no? Quite a few of these the last couple days. See these mixed right in with those small fish.
See how muddy the water is?
Yellow eyes or brown? Not black.
But this is just a little clearer water than the rest of it. That's how you find them.
She'll be caught another day by you guys when you come in here. It's caught on a spinnerbait.
Wow, I don't know if I can lift it. It weighs at least 40 pounds.
We've been watching these things strike all day, and oh man, don't get all that on the boat.
I'm going to try to lift it, but I don't know if I can.
It's got a lot of stuff on the boat too. I've never caught one that big, Steve.
Okay, that's 45, 50 pounds.
I've never caught one that big. It's leaking roe. I'd get that back in the water.
All right.
Throw that thing back.
Okay, there we go. Oh,
gosh.
45, 50 pounds on a spinnerbait. Susquehanna
Oh my
Flats.
gosh, that's crazy.
Ramp right across from Piscataway Creek. This is one of our real good low tide spots. And we're rigging up some poles now. We're going to be working the spoils. And this is the Fort Washington Marina.
Actually, it is 2 days before Hurricane Isabel is supposed to make landfall somewhere between North Carolina and possibly right down at the Delaware beaches. Same spots that the guys just won the tournament out of here for Bassmaster, so we should see some fish and definitely some great scenery, so we'll see you in a few minutes. Well, now we've just made about a, what'd you say, 10, 15-minute run? Not even that, 10 minutes?
10.
Up underneath the 95 bridge here in Washington is behind us, and we're in the spoils. This is one of the most famous places in the whole river, where many guys, the tournament was just won here a couple months ago. Kevin Van Dam has fished here before. We've already got a bass boat working in point here, a couple of them. That's a guy right there.
Yeah, guys.
Seriously. Well, here we are. Took Steve into the same spot that I came in second place in the BFL in. He had never actually been in the exact spot. He's been in here, but I showed him where I want it. Second pass past here, right? Made 2 passes, and beautiful, big eyes, everything. So let's take a picture and we'll get some more. Pound bass. We can put you on these fish. This would help in a tournament. We know the exact spots. Even within the community holes, we can show you precise spots within them that'll help you land those big fish. Steve and Kurt Von Brandt, S&K Guide Service. Here she goes. It's Dunstan Cove. It's fed by Pohick Bay.
Now this is where we flipped the docks and won the super tournament, right? Chris Joseph won the super tournament?
Yeah, and I was with him.
Right.
For 16 pounds a second day, and all of his fish came from here. Just go back and forth. Pretty deep docks. Chumps. They're generally nice fish. Now, I had to put the bait all the way behind it and let it sink. I mean, it was crucial. There could be fish on the rest of them. I mean, it was so precise. That's a solid. It's so fat. It weighs 2.5 pounds. Oh. Here we go. We're in the back. This is Pohick Bay. We just fished the T-docks, which are in Dunstan Cove, which basically Dunstan Cove is south of Pohick. What this is a channel of another creek that runs into the Potomac River. And the fish just load in here. I gotta get this fish out.
That's what, a 5-inch Senko in red and black.
Just saw a fish laying right in front of the boat. Like, the water's so clear. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but the water is going in the main river. It's so muddy because of the rain. Back here, this is clear water being fed. And I mean, I just saw one that was 4 or 5 pounds laying right in front of the boat. Didn't even see us until we got right on top of it. We saw these fish. We've seen so many big fish. They're in clear water. We've been having trouble catching them because they're right in front of you. They end up seeing you. I had one that was 5 pounds.
I put on a 4-inch Senko.
And they hit it right away after.
Right away.
After I've been throwing it to the same fish. These are the smaller school, but there's a bunch of them.
Last time we launched at Fort Washington, this is where the tournaments will be taking off from. We're going to work Mattawoman Creek and some of the areas right around it today, and then we'll work some of our other spots next week.